Hey guys, it's Dash Attack back again with another video, this time with my dog. But actually it's my top mice of 2024. I've never quite done a video like this before, so we're going to see how it goes. I'm going to try and mix it up because you probably watched 10 of these videos, add in if there's a clone of any of the flagships, what I thought about it, would I prefer it, and with that, let's get into it. So before we get into my top 5, just wanted to hit a couple honorable mentions here. The first which being the Zowie U2. It's got a nice wide base here in the back to fit into your palm. Gets very narrow at the grip width and stays pretty narrow. It's a great claw shape. Comes with the standard Zowie quality. And also has its competitor, the MCHO's M7. Not quite a clone, and I'll tell you why in my review. No spoilers here, but a solid implementation as well. Beyond that, there's the ATK F1, all of its versions, the Extreme being the best, where they eliminated the QC issues, and the HitScan Hyperlight, which I believe is the originator of the shape. ATK got some deserved shade for cloning the shape there. I believe there are slight shape differences, and the community is split on which they prefer, but both very solid, smaller claw-focused mice, and fingertip as well, in the sort of spiritual successor to the Razer Viper Mini in wireless form, which a lot of people have been looking for. So coming in at number 5, we have the Beast X Max from WLMouse. Kind of a company where we saw the tweet, we wondered if it was a meme, and then they produced some awesome mice. So this is the largest size and the one that I found the most comfortable. Competes with the Ulex Tiger. It does come in 5 grams heavier, but it feels like it just has way less QC issues, and they've been way more consistent in their implementation, and they also have just a bunch of awesome colorways and way more availability than the Final Mouse drops that are limited. This is obviously the Max, the Boardsy edition, which has some textured zebra stripes here on the clicks. Otherwise, the QC in my unit is rock solid. I love the magnesium feel. The scroll wheel is also amazing. And this is one of the shapes that's not really back hump focused. It's more mid hump, but it's super comfortable for my grip, and I perform extremely well with it in all games. The other note here is that this is the Max. I had the non-Max version, and the front right edge here bothered my finger, and the clicks weren't quite as good. I enjoy the Omron opticals in the Beast X Max and all of WLMouse's mice, and looking forward to what they have to come in the next year, including the Ying, which seems to be their version of the OP1. So pretty exciting there. So at number 4, continuing the trend of companies we hadn't even heard of before the year started, we have the Scyrox V8. It turns out to be a Lamzu sub-brand. This is the mouse that replaced the X2H Mini and the Sora V2 for me with that very back hump focused claw grip mouse. This mouse isn't quite perfect, otherwise it'd be higher on my list, but I had to include a mouse in this shape because it is one of my favorite, most locked-in shapes. I mentioned this in my review of it. The QC issues on the clicks did exist on a few copies. Mine are pretty solid, but not perfect. If this mouse were to be higher on my list, I would say it needed just like a slightly better coating and just a slightly more premium feel. But for $70, I think this is the answer if you want a mouse that'll lock you in. It's not quite as small as the X2H Mini, and it just feels great in hand. I love this mouse. Coming in at number 3, we have the Lamzu Maya X. I have been a big Maya fan, but always wished it was a little bit larger. And when this came out, I was super hyped to try it. I had the Fanatic version and both the gray version as well. The clicks on this, the Omron opticals, are possibly the best click implementation I've felt on a mouse. And again, the Omron opticals, they're very light, but very tactile and very spammable. The shape is sort of GPX-like. I've not done a review on this, but yeah, again, number 3 on my list. And I just wish this had a better coating, which brings me to the Mad Lions Mad G, which I would, you know what, no shame, recommend over the Maya X. At the price point I got it, $45, with a better coating and slight shape changes that just make the rear end a little better. It fits in my hand great. And the reason I elevated this on my list is I've been playing some Marvel Rivals lately, so it's a new game. When I'm not comfortable in a new game, I fall back to a mouse that I'm really comfortable with. And the Mad Lions Mad G has been that mouse for me. So Maya X Mad G, number 3. Coming in at number 2 on the list, we have the mouse that everyone probably had on their list, but no, it's not number 1 on my list, the Razer Viper V3 Pro. When I first saw this, I was like, this isn't a Viper. What have they done to the shape? Then I used it more, and I figured out. They wanted a massive GPX competitor, and that is what this is. It fits my hand like a glove. It's super comfortable. The clicks are solid, a little hollow, like Razer's opticals always are, but very well implemented. Good scroll wheel, great side buttons, don't love the bottom skates, but it brings me to its competitor, its clone, the ATK X1, this being the ultimate version. It's basically the same mouse, almost the same level of coating, which the Viper V3 Pro has probably the best on a gaming mouse, but stock skates, amazing, and Omron opticals, love that. Sensors a bit further back, suits my preferences as well. So coming in at number 2, I'm gonna go with the X1 over the Viper V3 Pro. Viper V3 gave us the shape, X1 gave us the implementation. That's my opinion. And coming in at number 1, a truly shocking mouse to put, Actually coming in at number 1, we have the OP1 8K, my favorite mouse of the year, bar none. I originally had the white version. This is obviously the Purple Frost because I'm an enthusiast. I would honestly recommend the white version if you're going for build quality. There's a little bit of creaking on this mouse. The clicks are a little bit lighter in the purple one, which I love, but this shape, it's just so narrow while being claw focused. It feels like I'm holding a pencil and writing with precision when I aim, as opposed to something that's a little bit bulkier, like a lot of other mice, like the Mad Lions Man G. The purple colorway is awesome. Their implementation of the clicks is very light and spammable, and it's a mechanical switch. The tech they have in this mouse to have the clicks actuate as soon as possible, I use the GX speed mode, is amazing. The scroll wheel's a little small, a little far forward. I guess that would be my main gripe. I have no problems with the wire, have the Vaxi bungee here, and yeah, this mouse just takes the cake. If I'm playing a game and I want to perform well, I want to do my best. Aim training, Fortnite, Marvel Rivals, doesn't matter. OP1 8K is that mouse. So that wraps it up for my top 5 mice of 2024. It was kind of a crazy year where we saw the rise of the great budget mouse, but also saw some great new mice and shapes from our flagship companies. And with all that being said, we still saw wired mice come out on top, at least in my opinion. Thanks again for all the support from the community. Likes and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. And with that, we'll see ya.